So this is my third vlog, and I want to talk about a thought that's been coming to me in the last 4 5 days, and I've been questioning myself in terms of my own growth as a person individually. Like even let's say I went through a phase of intense working out and exercise and being and running, um, lifting weights. And I reached a fantastic level. I had a fairly decent timing of 59 minutes for a 10K marathon, and I even did 21. And there was the 5 6 year period when I went intensely into, being fit. And then there was the period where I was writing very actively. Every week I was writing a blog, and I've started that again now. And I've been in this work with youth now for 10 years. Um, and it's a tough question that I've been asking myself, is that why haven't I grown as much as I should have? Okay. Why hasn't the work that I do grown as much as it should have? Why haven't I individually, let's say in my personal activities, grown the way I should have? Fitness wise, why am I not ripped? Why am I not now at the next level? Why am I not at a level much higher than I was at it 5 years back? Um, it's a tough question to ask myself and a tough question to speak about. Um, earlier, and I say earlier as in even a couple of months back, and in cycles in my life, every couple of years, when I think about this, I've beat myself over it. I've really been harsh on myself. Sometimes I've pushed myself and I've got to the next level. Sometimes I've beat myself and come down. Lately, I've been beating myself over the last couple of months. But right now, I am trying to analyze it and trying to make sense of it. And recently, when I was having this conversation with a friend with whom I could really open up and be vulnerable, he asked me a question: Are you lazy? Now it's been a long time since someone has asked me this question, or probably never. Directly, just 3 words: Are you lazy? And I took a moment to think about it, and I said, No, I'm not lazy. I'm not afraid to work hard, and I put in long hours. But the thing is, I don't think I'm lazy. I don't think I'm very driven. Uh, Once I have something that I'm working for, I can go relentlessly. I don't give up. So no, I'm not lazy. But at the same time, if I have to be really ruthless in terms of thinking clearly, uh, I'd say that there are different types of laziness. There's physical laziness, there's mental laziness, there's intellectual laziness, there's emotional laziness. Uh, Emotional laziness is probably when I don't want to, you know, face those difficult situations where I might have to deal with some emotional pain, a difficult conversation, or maybe a situation where I might, face rejection, things like that. So I realized I don't have an answer to conclude, but one of the thoughts that I realized is that I'm a person who puts in a lot of energy in starting. Okay, I can create from zero to one. So when nothing exists, I can build a Dancing with Tigers or an enterprise from zero. I can build a credit system or a body of work system along with, a few good people from zero. I can visualize things from zero and I can put in that starting energy. I can pick up a blank canvas and I can, without having a great plan of what art, I can put some strokes on the piece of paper and I can start building something. And I'm good at that. And that's given me a lot of satisfaction. And I've built many things right from the time I was um, In the ninth standard or seventh standard, I've spoken about this. When we didn't have cameras and mobile phones, electronic, and we had audio tape recorders, and I found a book on how to create like a sound story, and with a with the audio cassette, and with different objects around the house, and making different types of sounds, I built an entire 3 minute sound story. So I could do these things. I could do imaginative, creative things. Um, Even today, when you tell me, I've broken my comfort zones in all sorts of new things. This work that I do, I started at the age of 36, and I broke my comfort zone and created a new career, a new profession. I still remember the first time I stood in front of a group of youngsters and took a class, a session. Um, so starting new things, going from zero to one, gives me a lot of satisfaction. And there is we speak about we speak about something called as a decision curve. Um, that in the beginning, when you begin something, it's about it's about saying yes and just moving on. Don't overthink, just keep moving. So in the beginning, the decision curve is something like this, right? This is where you begin, and this is how you progress. So when you're a beginner, everything goes, and even the small movements are progress, right? But as you advance, it's only some things that actually create progress. You need to reject and say no to most things. As an expert, you need to be very, very selective. And I think here is where I realize that I'm a person who gets satisfaction and who allows myself to derive satisfaction from progress, from making, from moving from zero to one, from uh, so getting some progress doesn't matter whether it's the perfect direction or not, whether it's the perfect answer or not, but making progress satisfies me a lot, and that's beautiful because that's what helps me to create. But the truth is that growth works like this S curve. Okay, in the beginning it's difficult to start something, right? It takes a lot of time. You have an idea, you work. It's difficult to start, and getting that initial momentum to start is something I'm good at. So I start, I kick off, and I get a lot of satisfaction from that. And then you make rapid progress, and this gives me a lot of satisfaction, right? But the truth is, as you reach a higher level, now it becomes much tougher to get progress. Even big, huge efforts don't necessarily result in progress. It's only some focused things that need to be done right. Perfection is required, very, very detailed work is required, and very incremental progress happens. It's the goal that matters. So, the reflection that I have today is that in the beginning, in the early stages, progress is beautiful, and movement and any kind of progress is important. But as you reach a higher level, and as you reach closer and closer, as you're getting to that Olympic status, as you are getting towards, the difference between the gold medalist and the silver medalist is minuscule. I think that's the best example. And as you reach that level, it's the little things that matter, which don't give you that big sense of satisfaction. And it's the goal, it's keeping the goal in mind, goal orientation, the ultimate thing that I need to get to in mind that matters. See, in the beginning, you can't think of the goal, it's progress, right? So, in the beginning, it's progress, but as you reach towards that Olympic status, it's the goal and the outcome that matters. And my reflection is that I need to now start changing my thinking towards that goal orientation. We are at an advanced stage, there's 10 years of work that's happened, and now I cannot allow myself to be satisfied with just progress. I need to focus on the outcome, on the little things that are going to make a big difference and take us towards our goal.